A gaming laptop sounds like the perfect solution, right? Small, powerful, portable. And the best part is, it even fits in your grandma's basement because it barely takes any space. And unlike gaming PC, you can take it anywhere and play almost anywhere, as long as there is a power outlet and the Wi-Fi. Well, Wi-Fi isn't even required. We always got... But here's the problem, when people try to buy one of these portable beasts, they instantly face the ultimate question, which one should you actually choose? You go to YouTube and see a wall of videos like Top 10 Gaming Laptops of 2025. Don't buy a gaming laptop until you watch this. And unfortunately, 90% of this stuff is just a paid marketing garbage designed to sell you another overpriced brick for $2,000. But you're lucky, because you ended up on the channel of that one guy who actually knows probably something about gaming laptops. You ask me all the time, which gaming laptop should I buy? What brand is worth the money? And what should I look for? Well, here you go. This is my official tier list of gaming laptops from the worst to best. I will tell you exactly what to look for, what to avoid, and I will share some real advice because I actually own a gaming laptop myself. Alright, let's get into it. Let's talk about how to actually categorize these laptops. You know, they are never really bad brands, just bad models. And even without knowing much about specific laptop, you can usually tell roughly what you're dealing with. The first thing you should always pay attention to is, of course, the CPU and the GPU. The bottom tier gaming laptops usually come with GPU like the RTX 3050, 4050 or the recently released 5050. I'm honestly not sure if the 5050 is even in laptops yet, but I assume it will be soon. They're basically the weakest gaming laptops you can get. And the problem is, not only do they have weak GPUs, but the build quality is often terrible. They are mostly made of plastic, блять, cannot handle high temperatures, and they are ultra thin. You don't even need to look far for examples. A prime example of such a laptop is the HP Pavilion. It came out around 2020 or maybe 2021, and yes, I actually own one of these. So, what's the issue? This laptop has been with me for almost 6 years and it still works fine, but only because I constantly clean it inside and treated that guy really carefully. Now imagine a regular student who doesn't care at all. They just want to come home from class, play Minecraft with friends or shoot some dudes in CS2. These laptops simply don't last. Not only they are made of cheap plastic, but their airflow is terrible. Even after all the maintenance I have done, my laptop still runs hot and sounds like a Boeing нахуй. Yes, like a freaking airplane. And not to make things worse, my unit came with only 8 GB of RAM, блять. When I bought it, I knew absolutely nothing about computers. I just needed a gaming laptop that could handle at least some basic editing. So I ended up with this. Yeah, 8 GB of RAM, a tiny screen, the body made from a cheap plastic, 16 Hz refresh rate, and the only Full HD resolution. Back then I wasn't too picky. I just wanted that crap to run some games, but honestly, I wouldn't recommend buying laptops like this to anyone. Another glaring example is the Acer Nitro 5. I see it everywhere, even among my friends. And do you know why? It's freaking cheap. And because of that, it has weak build, it uses really low quality materials, and it overheats like crazy. And no, I'm not trying to insult anyone who owns one of these laptops. If you bought it, that's not your fault. I blame the manufacturers for releasing this crap into the world. Alright, I get it. There are literally hundreds of gaming laptop models, and I've just given you 2 prime examples. And yeah, some are even worse, like those no-name Chinese laptops that break after a year or even 6 months of use. I have seen it. Please, avoid no-name brands. If you see something like Huangchan Huaning or whatever, don't buy that crap, please. Stick to trusted brands like HP, Acer or Lenovo. The more recognizable the brand, the better. And if you go for MSI, Razer or Alienware, that's a total win. These laptops are rarely bad. Also, if someone tries to sell you a so-called gaming laptop without a dedicated GPU, just integrated graphics, just don't buy that crap. Seriously, don't. And never get a gaming laptop with only 8 GB of RAM. For 2026, the minimum should be at least 16 GB GB, and even that will soon be outdated. Don't repeat my mistakes.
Okay.
Alright guys, now let's talk about mid-level gaming laptops and what to look for if you want to buy one. These laptops are not too bad, but not very powerful either. Usually they come with GPUs like the RTX 3060, 4060 or 5060. Sometimes you can also find 4070 or 5070, which are a little better than average but still belong in this category. For CPUs, you will usually see Intel Core i7 or Ryzen 7. Sometimes Intel Core i5 or Ryzen 5 appear, but those are closer to the low-end laptops. So in mid-level laptops, i7 or Ryzen 7 is the standard choice. Now let's talk about more than just numbers, because specs don't tell the whole story. Build quality and cooling. Mid-level laptops often have weaker cooling. The laptop can run games well, but the fans can be very loud and the body can get hot. Most of these laptops are made from plastic or partly metal. Examples: Asus TUF and the Lenovo Legion 5. They are solid but very noisy. Now let's talk about screen. Most mid-level laptops have 1080p at 144 Hz, and some can have 165 Hz or 2K screens. Even a 4070 or 5070 on 1080p 144 Hz will run games smoothly, but higher resolution needs better laptops. Usually they have 16 GB of RAM, enough for games and the light editing. Storage is normally NVMe SSD from 512 GB to 1 TB. Many laptops in this category allow you to upgrade RAM or replace SSD later. And mid-level laptops usually have a good set of ports like USB-C, HDMI or internet. Battery life is not amazing, but you can play or work for few hours, which is okay. And yeah, this type of laptop is compromised. You can get playable performance, but it can be loud and hot. Personally, I have played on these laptops for hours, and yeah, the fan is loud, but it works. Here are some examples: Lenovo Legion 5, Asus TUF Gaming, Acer Predator, HP Omen, and the Gigabyte G5 or G7. So yeah, mid-level gaming laptops are about balance. Good GPU and CPU, decent screen, upgradable memory, but weaker cooling and more noise. If you choose carefully, you can get a laptop that lasts and is fun to play games on without paying too much. Now, let's talk about the most expensive gaming laptops. These are truly the best of the best, and honestly, they have almost no downsides. In many cases, they are so powerful, it's like they break the laws of physics. These laptops are extremely strong, with very good cooling systems, and they are not as loud as mid-level laptops. Of course, it's still a gaming laptop, so it will make some noise, but the top-tier models are much quieter than the rest. Usually, these laptops have Intel Core i7 or i9, or Ryzen 7 and Ryzen 9. Their screens are often higher than 4K resolution, with refresh rates of 165 Hz or even more. On the GPU side, these monsters have cards stronger than 4070 or 5070, sometimes 5080, 4080, and in rare cases even 4090 or 5090. Another big advantage is memory and the storage. Most of the top-tier laptops come with 32 GB of RAM or more, and they have multiple SSDs with at least 1 TB total storage. Even though these laptops are expensive, they fully match their price. When you buy one of these beasts, you don't need to worry about it breaking anytime soon. They will be with you for many and many years ahead. In terms of reliability, they are almost at the level of the full desktop gaming PC. Of course, you still need to clean them and maybe replace thermal paste from time to time, but they are extremely durable. If we talk about the brands, the best options are MSI, Razer Alienware, and of course Asus ROG Strix. These brands rarely have problems, and their laptops almost always match their price and the status of a high-end gaming beast. So basically, if you want top-tier performance, high-quality materials, and a laptop that will stay strong for years, blять, these are the ones to go for. Just be ready to pay a lot. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.